This video was made possible by a grant from Vaccinate All 58.
Hey everybody, this is Trish Soisu and I am with Makersville and Squiggle Friends, the YouTube channel. Here I'm with Shaana, and tell me about your podcast, Shaana.
Hi, my name is Shaana Ramos, and I have been doing podcasts for wealthykids.org since 2019. The inception was because of COVID. I used to do school, class from after school class in Sunday school. And it got really hard with the Zoom because there were so many people on the internet that it would basically jump off. They wouldn't be able to stay online. So the next step that I started was to create podcasts to be able to speak to the kids on subject matter related to children's finance literacy. So that's how I started with my podcasts.
That's great. Now, Shaana, we'd love to talk about you more, but I'd like to do that in a separate session. In this session, we actually have a goal that I shared with you. And the goal is that today I want us to create our very own podcast.
Yes.
Which, is a lot to do, seeing that we just met a few minutes ago in person. And but I've been doing some exploration, and there are certain steps that people might not know you have to go through when you want to start a podcast. Mm-hmm. So I read somewhere that you have to firstly choose a podcasting host.
Yes.
And so I looked up, and there are a number of podcasting hosts that are out there. One of them was Spreaker, another one, and that one is run by iHeartRadio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There is another one called Buzzsprout. And a lot of people like that one. There's one called Podbean. And the list goes on. It gets very confusing. Yes. And I kind of had in my mind, after spending a little time on the internet, that I wanted to use Spreaker.
Yes.
And you mentioned to me that you use Spreaker.
I do.
Now, I don't want to spend, again, too much time on it because we want to get down to the podcasting. But tell me why you chose Spreaker.
First and foremost, Spreaker has their own, once you start your podcast, they have their own promotional website or web, so that you can be able to have your podcast you can listen to them there. And they also provide a lot of education for persons who are trying to start up podcasts. So I really like the free educational platform to help you. They teach you about monetization, which is really big, so that you can be able to make finances through your podcast, as well as just, investing, because it is dependent on if you go free or if you go with the different prices that they have related to starting a podcast. You're going to invest in yourself. So they actually invest in you too with the monetization. So I like that. And the main reason I really love it is that you can actually distribute all of your podcasts through to Spotify, to Apple Podcasts, to Amazon, and then just, and actually it's worldwide. Your podcast can actually be seen worldwide, because once Spreaker you distribute, then there's other podcasts, web platforms that will actually download and give you more playback to get monetization. So that's one of the reasons why I really love Spreaker.
Okay. There's one that was owned by Spotify, and it was a strong option, I believe. Was that Anchor? Anchor.fm? I'm not sure if that's the one. Okay. Sure. So I want to tell the audience that I was honing in on Spreaker, mostly because of the immediate ability to monetize.
Yes.
Through advertising.
Yes.
And the other ones did not have that immediate ability. And, for me, it's important to be able to see that those pennies or portions
Mhm.
of pennies add up,
They do.
because that's like, it's like setting a goal, watching your graph. We all look at our measurements of different things. Is it our weight, or is it our blood sugar? Is it
Mhm.
our heart rate, or whatever, right? We want to
Right.
be able to watch things and see them either improve,
Right.
slow down, or whatever, right? And if
Right.
we can't monetize right away, it's not as good. Okay, so now we've chosen Spreaker. What next? We need to,
Well, I know with Spreaker, they have a download where you can actually have a studio. It's kind of like a recording studio. So it's kind of like, I think there's Audiosity, or it's
Audacity. Mhm.
Audacity. So that's kind of
Uh-huh.
like another one of those, those studios that you can download to your computer and you can record yourself, speaking,
So how do you use it?
for me, I actually have another software, that website that I use is called Luvio, and it's
How do
basic.
you spell it?
It's Lovio,
Okay.
Luvio, and they actually have like computerized voiceovers that you can use different languages, different languages. And so I like to kind of use like British tone or Indian tone with some of my podcasts, because I have some. So basically we have something where we teach kids how to read. So I like to make the animation or the voices change. So I use the Luvio to be able to um, basically narrate my podcasts. So
Okay.
yes, so it's easy to to get into. I'm so nervous, but it's easy for you to be able to, because I don't usually do a lot of speaking engagement, but it's easy for you to get the link. It's free. You can get like 3 free downloadables. You type in whatever you want to say, and then you play it back, and it will actually speak according to whatever they call it, a voice face that you choose. And so I use Luvio, and I will create my story, type it
Mhm.
out, and upload it, and then you listen to the person that you choose actually dictate what you're saying. It's really
Okay.
amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing.
That sounds awesome,
It
but
is.
it sounds like more than I want to do today.
Yes.
I'd like to do that a different day,
Yes.
Shannon. I really would.
Yes.
And I get it. And I want to tell you, I wanted to do a reading YouTube channel. So
Yeah.
we're on track.
Yes.
Like we're like
Yes.
sisters.
Yes.
Dude, this is so cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, okay, so we're gonna stop here, and then we are going to start again, and we're going to look at the Spotify website. I'll get it up on mine. And
Okay.
then we will make a decision on what we do next.
Okay.
Okay. So I am going to stop recording. Stop recording. Yes.
This video was made possible by a grant from Vaccinate All 58. I know there are lots of reasons why people might be unsure of even how or whether to get vaccinated, but vaccines can really be a great way to keep yourself and your loved ones safe. And if you're looking for more information or want to set up an appointment, you can visit them at myturn.ca.gov, or you can call them at 833-422-4255. I hope everybody's staying safe out there. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Until next time.